What's up, guys? We just saw Black Panther. This is the style icon herself.
Hello, I'm Deborah Walton from the Prep Pursuit.
From the Prep Pursuit. We went to see Black Panther together so that we could do a review for you. So let's just hop into it. Now, I have African blood running through my veins, but I'm going to try to be unbiased.
And you know that I know that you lying, oh girl.
The first thing I want to talk about is the action in the movie. It is an action movie. I was very impressed actually by a lot of the hand-to-hand combat. I felt like the movie had everything from an action standpoint. You had aerial battles, you had martial art fights, you had enhanced weaponry, everything in my opinion. I thought it had everything in regards to the action.
There were so many different movements, and one thing I really appreciated was that the army of Wakanda, how do you say it?
Huh?
Is it Wakanda?
Wakanda?
We're not using this part. You're
No,
gonna leave this out.
I'm gonna tell you.
And you know that I know that you lying, oh girl.
Things I really appreciated was that the army of Wakanda was actually women warriors, and I thought that was so revolutionary because it's something we don't see very often. So the warriors that were protecting the king were all women, and I really appreciated that.
So my favorite character in the movie was Shuri, which is Black Panther's little sister. She provided a lot of the comedic relief in this movie, but she was also very intelligent. She just had like a real cool swag about her, I thought. She cracked jokes at the right time. She was serious at the right times. I just feel like she took a movie that was rather serious and made it fun. I think Chadwick Boseman did a great job as Black Panther, as he does with all of the other powerful African Americans he's played in movies. He nailed it. Eric Killmonger, played by Michael P. Jordan, I think he did okay. I'm gonna be honest, some points I wasn't believing the emotion in his character. I understood where the character was coming from, but sometimes I felt like he fell flat.
I disagree. I think Eric played a really strong, authentic character, and he just really channeled that anger. I felt like it was consistent throughout. One thing I really liked about him was that he was relentless. He never gave up, he never backed down, and he was really true to his character because of the storyline of the movie, that he had a reason that he was passionate, and so that really fueled his fire.
Now, I do like how Marvel doesn't just make a villain an angry person without reason. I like the fact that they went through Killmonger's childhood to see how he became Killmonger. And honestly, I can relate to his story a little bit. I think there are young men in the inner city that can kind of relate to Eric Killmonger's story. For the most part, he grew up without a father. And it was somebody else's fault why he grew up without a father. So he harbored that anger, and he's just a vengeful, angry person. But there's a reason why. It's because life has kind of given him the short end of the stick, which I think a lot of people, well, at least a lot of people in my neighborhood, I grew up in Southside Chicago, a lot of people in my old neighborhood kind of had that viewpoint on life. You know, it's other people's fault that I'm in this situation, nobody's trying to help, nobody cares.
So in the movie, one line that Michael B. Jordan's character Eric shared was, you know, when I die, just throw me in the ocean. I'd rather go out basically like a G and be, you know, true to who I am rather than stay in bondage. And that was one thing that I feel like, whether African Americans carry the anger on a day-to-day, it is a part of our history. And I think if we really do, especially since it's February, it's Black History Month, if we really do take a moment to reflect on that and our past and the history that we've come from, that definitely really has a large impact. And so I really like the way they tied that into the movie.
Who was your favorite character in the movie?
My favorite character was Nakia. There was one line she said that I really, really loved, and she said, "Your father doesn't define you." And I feel like there's a lot of people, regardless of skin color, regardless of race, really around the world, that we are looking at our parents and feeling like we have to measure up, whether someone is in a business arena or regardless of what their parents have done. And when she said to the king that his father didn't define him, he could really stand up and be his own person, I felt like that was really empowering, encouraging.
All right, so on a scale from 1 to 5, I would give this movie a 5. This is the first time this is a 5, and I'm really trying not to be biased. I'm not trying to give it a 5 because I relate to the movie. I just think it was a well put together movie. So Marvel gets better with every movie. So, you know, I don't think it'll be too far off that this will be a 5. I feel like they're learning what worked, what didn't work in previous movies. I really couldn't see anything wrong with this movie. It had heart, it had action, it had some of the best special effects I've seen. It had everything that you would want to see. It had comedy. Pretty much everything that you would want to see in a superhero movie. I would say the only movie that was better was Civil War, which was also a legendary movie. Civil War was the best Marvel movie. I would say Black Panther is the second best.
Unfortunately, I'm not copying you, but I would give it a 5 as well. I think it was just such an incredible story, and honestly, from the scenery to the technology, I'm really into technology. I love Black Mirror. So watching a lot of the different things, especially with the suit and the car, you'll see it in the movie. It was just wicked awesome. It was mind-blowing. There were so many different scenes that you were almost on the edge of your seat because it was like you were so in the moment, and it was a really, really impactful story. It pulled you in and you just felt like you were in that moment with the characters. There were no overly romantic sexual moments. I think in a lot of the Marvel movies, there's this huge love story, and it's always about boy meets girl and girl gets taken away and boy has to chase girl and save her. But this story was not really about the romance, and I was really glad that we had an action Marvel movie without some type of major love interest overshadowing the story.
Kind of. Black Panther and Nakia.
Yes, but there was never anything that I felt like they were together in the movie. They were never really separated. There was no reason that she was taken from him, so he had to run back. There were no sex scenes. I was just glad it was tastefully done. It just wasn't overly sexual like a lot of the action movies are today.
So we both gave it a legendary rating. Go see the movie. True unbiased opinion, I swear, unbiased. Well, I'm unbiased.
I'm unbiased. This
sure?
is definitely just objective. It's not opinionated.
Okay, but I still think Marvel Civil War was better than Black Panther. Black Panther is a strong second. And I mean superhero movies as a whole, not just Marvel movies.
I haven't seen Civil War, so I can't comment on that. It's on my list of things to watch. I'll get to it.
Well, thank y'all for watching. Leave your comments down below. What would you give the movie? If you've seen it, put your rating down below. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.
Bye.